Hi, I hope you're well and that everything is going fine for you. I will make this video as short as possible. Sources indicate that one of the Biafra group called the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. The leaders of IPOB are aware that it will be unsustainable if the new nation is prospering while all the other nations around it are not. Totally unsustainable because it will be swamped by people from all the other surrounding nations in Africa. The leaders of this group are aware of this, and they have given an undertaking to also assist in improving the economies of the nations around it. I totally commend them for this foresight, as we may all be aware that the nations of this world are interdependent. What affects one country also often affects other countries. And there is an old adage which says we can all go up together or we all go down together. We can all go up together by helping one another, especially those who are less fortunate. In these days of coronavirus or COVID-19, which brought with it the issues of vaccination and 5G, together with the issues of lockdown, quarantine, and isolation. I am sure many of you will be aware of the recent racist and evil treatment of Africans and black people in China. The situation is more subtle in the Western world, but racism and bad treatment of black people is still widespread in the Western world. The current example is the murder of a black man, George Floyd, in America by a racist white policeman called Derek Chauvin, in a broad daylight while people are watching. The policeman knelt on the back of his neck. The black man kept telling the white policeman that he can't breathe, and the crowd was shouting at the policeman to get off him as he can't breathe. But the white policeman continued kneeling on him until he died. This has caused outrage and protest worldwide. Now, this hate of black people can no longer be allowed to continue all over the world. The United States of Africa will have to be created quickly to protect Africans and black people everywhere in the world. And the bad and corrupt leaders in Africa and elsewhere must not be allowed to stand on the way of this happening. These bad and corrupt leaders must now step aside for their own good so that Africa and its people will progress, as some black commentators pointed out. We should no longer accept being treated as the last, when in fact we are the first. We will no longer accept it. Having said this, however, we may have to step up to the task in terms of our attitude and behavior. With all these things in mind, Africans and black people in general do not feel safe and secure anywhere in this world. The African continent is supposed to be a safe haven for Africans and black people, but this is not so due to bad and corrupt leaders in most African countries. Now, this coming new nation can be a safe and secure haven for black people if it can give us an undertaking that it will say no to both vaccination and 5G until our scientists and medical professionals ascertain if vaccination and 5G are safe for our people. If we get these undertakings in regard to vaccination and 5G, then we in Good Alternative and the diaspora, in partnership with Pan-African Movement, will stand side by side with this new nation and make sure that it succeeds. In the event that the new nation could not or is unable to deliver its promises, then we will examine all incidents and determine whether the new nation genuinely tried its best to deliver its promises. If this is so, that it did all it can to deliver its promises, then we will still support the coming new nation, because this will indicate that there are circumstances beyond its control which caused it not to deliver its promises. And so, we may have to consider what those circumstances are and deal with them. But before any of this can happen, the new nation, Biafra, must first of all become actuality. So, let's make it happen. Okay, my people, that's it for this video. I want to thank all our Good Alternative members, especially those who send articles and contribute to debates and discussions. I will give you updates as I get them. If you like this video, then subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. If you haven't yet requested for your free copy of our monthly magazine, Good Alternative, then go ahead and do so immediately, and I will send it to you via email or WhatsApp or Messenger. Just let me know which one you prefer. Okay, as always, look after yourself and stay safe. I will speak to you again soon, and bye for now.